I remember getting so extremely mad at my own self because I was getting so easily distracted even though I knew I had so important things to do. And I remember watching all of those videos on how to not get distracted anymore. So, for example, people were telling me to, make it hard to get distracted or focus on doing the deep work and all of that stuff. But none of those videos really gave me any actionable steps that I could take. Like everyone was just talking about different concepts, but there was no actionable steps in those videos. So in this video, I will give you 4 steps that worked for me. This is a proven system that I have used and I'm using even right now to make sure that I literally won't ever get distracted again. So listen, my story is that in the past school year I was getting easily distracted, even though like I knew I had really important things to do and I truly wanted to focus on them and to get it done. But it was really hard because I was literally getting distracted by even my wall. After I was just trying to work on my computer and all of that stuff, but even my wall behind the PC was looking like more interesting for me. Like literally, even that could distract me. And so I was wondering why that is. Like I literally know my purpose, I know what to work on, but then for some reason I'm just not capable of doing it, of doing the work. And so yeah, I just found this system. The first step is to understand the reason why you are getting distracted. And I do believe that in every single thing, understanding the core reason for something, why something is even happening, is really one of the most important steps, right? It's not the most important steps in this case, but overall, it is really important step. So I think there are just 3 reasons as to why we are getting easily distracted. The first of them is that we feel anxious about doing the hard work, okay? Because obviously, especially if we are doing it for the first time, we are not sure if it will work out, if we will lose time, or if we will get to see any kind of results, right? And that's completely normal, but I want you to understand that every single person goes through that, and every single successful person that you look up to already went through that, and they were scared maybe even more than you at the very beginning. But like the only difference between them and you and is that they were able to conquer this fear. And I want you to ask yourself, what is more important for you? Like, do you, for example, if you want to start a business, right? I know it is scary and all of that stuff. I have started many businesses in my life, and probably like 99% of them failed, right? And so I know that it might be hard and that it might be scary and all of that stuff, but I want you to ask yourself, uh, would you rather prefer to work your entire life for someone else and like, uh, you know, maybe even work in the job that you hate and all of that stuff, the stuff that you hear all the time, or would you maybe like to take the risk? Like, I want you to imagine that you're on your deathbed, right? Would you really be any kind of scared or something like this because you took this risk in the past? Not really. You would be actually proud of yourself that you were able to find the balls and just take the risk, right? So anxiety, yes, it is scary. There's no like easy way to go about it, right? But you just have to conquer it. Like there's no other advice that I can give you. You just have to conquer it. You have to understand that every single person went through it. Every single person goes through it. And even if you decide to like stay in your comfort zone and do not take a risk, you will still feel this anxiety and all of that stuff throughout your life. That's not something that we can escape from. So if you're going to feel it anyways, why don't you feel it by taking the risk, right? The second reason is that it might be uncomfortable to do this stuff, and I want you to understand there is this rule that I keep repeating over and over again. But if you feel uncomfortable, it simply means that you're growing, that you're leveling up. And the easiest example that I can give you is myself, because even though like I'm recording this video and all of that stuff, but every single time when I do record the video, when I start recording the video, first of all, it sometimes takes me like, I don't know, maybe even 10 tries until I can get the intro done and like start actually talking, right? before, like you are right now watching this video, but it took me like 5 different tries to start even this video, right? And I always feel uncomfortable to some degree while recording those videos, because while at this point in time, being in front of the camera is not longer uncomfortable for me. It's really uncomfortable to know that I could like express myself in a way different, in a different way essentially, but because English is not my first language and all of that stuff, it's hard for me to fully express myself. And while I'm recording those videos, even right now, I just feel like the quality of it, and like it's really shit, to be honest with you. I just feel it. But the thing is that I'm just leveling up, and every single video that I record gives me more confidence in speaking English and all of that stuff. And to be honest with you, when I then, after recording the videos, when I take them and rewatch them, it turns out that those videos came out better than I thought. Okay, so yeah, you will feel uncomfortable and all of that stuff, but that's how real life works. In real life, getting XP, leveling up is not like nice and comfortable and all of that stuff. It is uncomfortable, and sometimes it's even we are sometimes leveling through pain, literally. So you just have to understand that. And the third reason is that you lack clarity. Okay, because like if you don't have the clear goals, sometimes it should be like even as simple as broken down as like go get up, prepare your stuff, take your stuff, go to the gym, unpack your stuff, change, go do the workout, come back, change once again, pack your stuff once again, go back home. It sometimes have to have a lot of details in it. And so if something is not clear, if you don't have the clear vision, or if you don't define clearly on what you're working on right now, it will be hard for you to focus on it, because you literally just don't know what you're working on, right? So you need to break down your goals into smaller ones, and always try to identify this one goal that truly moves the needle, and try to focus on that goal first and do it every single day, right? Then the step 2 is to make it hard to get distracted. I know that everyone tells that, but like I won't give you I won't talk about it for a long time. I just want to know. I just want to tell you that in the past school year, the main reason why I was getting so distracted was because I was charging my phone next to me. Okay, and so whenever something would get too hard for me, or I would get even a little confused, even just a little confused, I would always grab my phone and like start scrolling and all of that stuff, and I would feed myself with cheap dopamine, and that made it really hard to work. And so you literally have to take action, because I was watching those videos as well, and everyone was telling the same, but I never took the actual action. How that sounds. And yeah, even though I heard that I had to throw out my phone through the window and all of that stuff, I never actually did it. But believe me when I say it will change a lot once you actually take the action. And I just started charging my phone on the other side of the room, so that I cannot access it that easily. I logged off of every single thing that could distract me. So while I'm working, I will literally just log out of Messenger, for example. I will log out of Discord so that no one can message me, no one can distract me. And yeah, that's really the thing that you need to do right now, okay? Then the third step is to don't stimulate your brain too much. And what I mean by that is, first of all, like if you start watching Instagram Reels, for example, from the very beginning of your day, you will rise your dopamine baseline, and it will be harder for you to focus on the work, because the higher your dopamine baseline is for the particular day, the harder it will be for you to focus. And focus is the main currency that allows you to essentially just get the stuff done. So you want to avoid getting any kind of dopamine, but the dopamine does not only come from this entertainment stuff. It also comes from the food you eat. So avoid sugar, avoid any kind of sweets, all of that stuff. Avoid any kind of fast foods, at least don't eat them before doing the work. After the work, maybe you can treat yourself with something sweet or something like this, if you don't care about your diet. But like, other than that, before doing the work, don't try to avoid even sitting on your phone. For example, the quickest I can sit down and do the work is after school. So during the school, even though we have those breaks and we have a lot of free lessons, literally where we don't do anything, I still won't grab my phone. I literally do not use my phone unless I have to text someone, or just check something, or just maybe reply to one of you guys in our free community on Discord, or maybe to some kind of YouTube comment. If that's not the case, I will not use my phone, literally, because I know that there is the risk that I will open Instagram, for example, and just start scrolling. So I want to avoid that for as long as possible, and I just don't use my phone, and that's to not feed myself with this cheap dopamine. So that's the same thing that I would advise you to do. And the fourth step, this is the most important step in this video, and it is to have a strong why. You need to know exactly why you are doing this thing, because there's this saying that a strong why will beat every how. And so if I, for example, right now record videos and work on my business in order to be able to make money and not have to go to any kind of 9 to 5 or college in like 7.5 months from now, this is a strong why for me. And if I struggle with something, for example, I was struggling with recording those videos because I had only the weekend to record them, right? So it was really hard for me to do. But then I just found a strong why, I had a strong why. And so that allowed me to find different systems that I could then implement, and now it's really easy for me to record those videos once again, even though I record like literally sometimes 6 or 7 videos in a row, okay, which takes me literally sometimes 3 hours of just recording stuff. It is extremely hard, especially if I'm not speaking in my native language and all of that stuff, right? It is extremely hard, but thanks to the systems, because I had this strong why, I was able to develop systems. I was able to beat this how, okay, and I was able to develop systems, develop different strategies on how to make it easier for me to record those videos, so that I could save more brain power while doing this. And yeah, it just worked for me, right? And if I also have this strong why, like try to imagine that literally my whole life right now depends on whether I will be working on the right stuff or scrolling on Instagram. It is unreasonable for me right now to sit down and scroll on Instagram. Like, I literally cannot do that right now, because if I do, I just actually start feeling anxiety and all of that stuff, because I'm scrolling on Instagram while I should be doing something more productive, and while I should be focusing on the thing that literally my whole life depends on, right? And so it's really hard for me to just grab my phone and start scrolling on Instagram. Like, I just physically can't do that because I have such a strong why right now. And so that's why this is the most important step, because honestly, you can just get away with the strong why. If you just have the strong why, you won't get that easily distracted ever again. But all the 3 other steps, they just reinforce that, and all of them combined make it literally impossible for you to get distracted ever again, right? Yeah, so those were the steps. This was the message that I wanted to give you in this video. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, you can let me know in the comments. You can subscribe to this channel if you are new here. And yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.